So check this out. Have you ever noticed that two people can make the exact same salary, but yet one person seems to build wealth and the other person stays broke? That's because it's not about how much money you make. And most of the time, it's about what you waste. And I'm not talking about, just wasting money and wasting time. There are so many other things that people waste in their lives. And this is something that is basically commonly found in broke people, right? They waste these things without even realizing it. So in this video, we're going to talk about 5 things that broke people waste on a daily basis that they don't even realize that they're doing. And if they could just eliminate these things, it could grow their wealth exponentially. So the first thing on the list that I believe that broke people waste daily is energy. And that could be energy on family drama, friend drama, and social media drama. I mean, you've all seen this, right? That you probably have a friend on Facebook or some other social media that they're always posting these cryptic posts about, like just something negative, right? That's happening in their lives, or, negative that, somebody's doing to them, or whatever the case may be. But they don't spell out the name or any facts. It's just this cryptic post. And you just kind of wonder, like, man, like who has time for this bullshit every day to be posting something crazy and negative? You see, people who are building wealth, man, they understand one thing, and that is energy is limited. So you do not have time to be wasting your energy on dumb stuff that does not benefit your life, does not improve your life at all. And that is one of the big advantages that people who are on the path to building wealth, they have over people who are broke, just wasting energy. And check this out. I used to be one of those people who would go back and forth with people on, social media. Most likely it was a post about some sports or something. And, you make a comment, somebody makes some weird, crazy comment, just outrageous comment, right? And you end up going back and forth with that person. So what I realize is that that person is just draining my energy. This is somebody I don't know. They're not benefiting my life in any way. They're not contributing to my bank account in any way. So I should just like not even respond to this person. So that's what I started doing, just not responding. Or even when I have the urge to respond, type it up and then I just delete it, let it go, because this person is just draining my energy. Wasting your energy on keyboard warriors or people who always have some sort of drama going on in their life, what it's going to do is it's going to take energy from you, energy that you could be using to work on building wealth for yourself. You're going to be wasting. So stop it. Number 2 is a big one to me, because I believe that in life, there are certain causes that we need to unite around to show that, hey, man, this is not going to be tolerated. This is not right. It's not fair. And, as a people, we need to do better. But as a black person, a pro black person, who wants to see, black people do well and flourish in life, man, one thing I hate to see us waste is our social capital. Social capital is one of the things that black people have used, from the beginning of time to advance from being slaves to where we are now. Despite being just 13% of the United States population, black people have gone from 0 to 100. So when I see us wasting our social capital on nonsense, it drives me crazy. We'll have boycotts and rallies, and we'll, go against corporations and all this sort of stuff over like silly stuff sometimes, right? Like, what they're doing to Diddy, right? And, R. Kelly, or just any other nonsense like that, or the latest rapper who has a free whoever, XYZ rapper campaign, right? Because he's locked up, but he was locked up because he kept doing stupid things over and over and over. But yet you'll see people rally around that type of stuff, and it's like, man, that's just a waste of social capital on people who are horrible. Diddy is horrible to me. He did a lot of bad things to women. R. Kelly took advantage of children, and you have a lot of rappers out here who are steadily committing crimes, doing crazy stuff. They rap about it, and then you want to go and have a cause or a rally for him, because he got locked up for it, right? So wasting social capital is a huge thing. It's one of the things that bothers me, because, like I said, for black people, can't speak for other crowds. I'm a black person, so I'm speaking for black people. I hate to see it, and I really hope that that's something that we stop wasting, because it will definitely keep you broke if you're spending your social capital on stupid things. And you have broke people of other races who are so worried about maintaining their spot over black people that they don't even recognize that they are wasting their social capital as well. People would rather rally together to end causes like, affirmative action or DEI because they think that it helps another group, right? And not them. When in reality, that DEI helps veterans, it helps white women the most, and it also helps Asians, Hispanic. It helps a lot of other different groups other than black people. But because people they're wasting their social capital on ending causes like that, they don't even recognize that they're screwing themselves. So that's another reason why I believe that some people remain broke because they waste their social capital on the wrong things. And the third thing that broke people waste is opportunity. That's opportunity to learn, opportunity to invest, opportunity to start something. Instead, they'll say, that won't work. I can't do it. I'll do it later. All excuses not to take advantage of an opportunity. That won't work, or I'll get to it later, usually turns into never. And this almost happened to me. Luckily, I had somebody pushing me, right? Somebody was pushing me to invest in real estate, right? Because was renting out my primary residence at the time, and everything was going well. This person was pushing me to, hey, this is working for you. Why don't you invest in it more? And I was just like negative, right? Nope, don't want to do it. That's too hard. It doesn't work, blah, 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 blah. Just making up a bunch of excuses. But luckily, that person kept nagging me into the point that I did, educate myself. And then I eventually got around to investing and buying up more rental properties. And the truth is, many people who build wealth, they start through taking advantage of opportunities, right? They don't sit around and just keep letting opportunity pass to not even educate themselves to even go after it. And if you don't go after anything, I promise you, you will get nothing. Sometimes the biggest mistake is not that you are failing at something. The biggest mistake sometimes is that you never tried at all. People who are really building wealth out here, man, they are going and taking advantage of opportunities. And they look at failure as it's just another step toward success, right? Because you take these little steps, you fail, you learn more, you go a little further the next time, and then eventually you hit success. But if you never take the opportunity to even try, I guarantee you, you will not reach success. Next up on the list is too much entertainment. For a lot of people, man, entertainment is like the thing that they live for. And this life comes with a lot of extras. Think about all of the things that go on with entertainment for most people, right? You have some people who like to drink. You have some people who like to gamble, smoke, right? You have people who like to eat out. And then when you do all of these things, you normally want to dress up and look nice. So you have expenses for shoes and clothes and all this other stuff. Also, some people like to pull up in the nice ride. So they have to have a nice car. So when you commit to this life of entertainment, there are a lot of things that go with it that people just don't seem to realize. And you end up wasting a lot of money on these things, because they can add up, when you put it all together. And I'm not saying that only, rich people or people who have money should be entertained and that broke people should not have any form of entertainment whatsoever. I'm just saying that you have to be very conscious about, how much of, your income and so forth that you're dedicating to entertainment. Because I know at one point in my life, I was spending, and this was like 20 years ago, I was spending $1,000 a month just, on going out on the weekends and just, entertaining myself. And I think about that money now, it could have been hundreds of thousands of dollars if I had invested it. And the final thing that broke people waste the most is potential. This might be the most tragic one of all because there are millions and millions of people, in the United States and across the world who are extremely talented, but they lack the belief, the discipline, the direction that eventually they don't reach their full potential. And that is one of the most tragic things of all that, keeps people broke. Some people just simply give up too early. Some people buy into the negative voices and opinions around them. And then some people just never take the first step. But the reality is this: your income will usually rise to the level of your personal growth. So when you invest in your education, you invest in, gaining additional skills, you invest the time to educate yourself on an opportunity and go for it. These are going to be the things that eventually help you reach your full potential. And I promise you, if you take the time to strengthen your discipline, strengthen your financial education, get rid of the negative voices around you and all of that stuff, I guarantee you that, you'll move from that broke category and you'll start growing really quickly in that direction of building wealth. At the end of the day, building wealth is not about, just making more money. But a lot of times it's about focusing in on the things that you are wasting and eliminating that waste. That will help you get from that broke category to moving in that direction of being in that building wealth category. And the good thing about everything that I just mentioned in this video is that it is 100% within your control. Nobody else is controlling these things to dictate the outcome of whether you're going to be in the wealthy category or you're going to stay in the broke category. So take it upon yourself to reach your full potential. Look, that is all I have for you in this video. If you took something of value, please like, share with your friends, your family. And in the meantime, take care of yourself and be safe out here in these social media streets.